James G here with Tarpley Music in Fort Worth, Texas. But if you need to, you can always find us online because we're always at tarpleymusic.com. Go and check that out. So I've got a Martin here. This is from a limited run that they're doing in the X series. This particular model is the Dreadnought version of that, a D-X1. Now, the cool thing about this series is there's a lot of kind of Martin-only products that they're using to make these. And for the most part, I think what they're trying to do is keep a very affordable, durable, loud guitar all in one kind of a package. And I think they do that. So no electronics on it, right? So this is just a good old Dreadnought. So the body and the top are made out of black HPL, which is their high-pressured laminate. So and a lot of people will shop about, laminate and then, solid guitars, and there's a lot of opinion going. You can read arguments for hours on that stuff, but it's all valid, right? It's all personal. There's definitely, I think, pros and cons to both if you're looking at from a very realistic standpoint. So one thing with high-pressure laminate, it's very durable, okay, because there's all these thin layers that are pressured together. The other part from a volume standpoint is you've got this laminate back here, so when you're playing in the soundboard, it's just really bouncing out a lot of sound. It's not absorbing any of that sound with that high-pressure laminate. Good or bad is irrelevant. It's all personal taste and preference, but I think that's what's going on here, and I think they do it really well. I've been pretty impressed with these particular series. They play really well, and they're loud, so I think they're hitting the mark that they're looking for. So another Martin product that they use is Richlight, okay, and it's in that high pressure laminate kind of family, right? So it's this very durable. It's on the bridge here with this sloped modern belly style, and it's also on the fretboard. So very durable. You can get a lot of, I think, get a lot of sound out of it, and some pretty good sustain as well, just because of it does feel a little different at first, but you can adjust to it. And of course, it's going to because it is different, right? So the neck is a birch laminate neck. Really cool looking, this beautiful kind of cool stripe here. And of course, with an all solid black guitar, it just pops right out at you. But it's real solid. It feels good, I think, but the combination with that birch and then, this Richlight fretboard, sustain and volume at a reasonable price. And that's what they're going for on this. So this is a black tusk saddle here, and then the nut is their black corian. So that's the material that they use. That it's a synthetic material, but it's easy to shape. It holds well, and you get a lot of sustain out of it just because it's going to vibrate quite a bit. On that good old chrome closed gear tuners there, and that basically wraps this whole thing up. So, like I said, with the bracing, is X bracing with spruce braces. Okay, so you are getting, that as far as your tone bars and stuff, it's gonna be wood. So what you're really looking for is the soundboard and stuff that's really moving the most. It's breathing and it's pushing it right back out, and so pretty standard in that sense. So this is the Dreadnought. The scale length is a 25.4, which is very small. 25.5, very common. So very small difference there. But your playing area, right, between your nut and your saddle here is that scale length. So this is kind of Martin Dreadnought. They know a thing or two about the Dreadnought. They kind of started it, right? So, so boom, here's their Dreadnought style. Great strumming guitar. I think this would be with electronics in the sense of playing it live, but man, if you had an outside gig or something where you're miking it, the other thing is if you need a really great at-home studio guitar, affordable, that can take some beatings, you get a lot of players coming in and out, stuff like that. This is pretty loud, so I'm hoping we capture that in our demo section. We've got two really nice mics. We're doing a ribbon and a small condenser. We're just going to try to pick up the guitar as naturally as we can to give you kind of an idea of what it sounds like. And then I will do some finger style as well, just to kind of hear what it sounds like with finger, and then we'll do some with a pick. Hopefully give you an idea of what this thing sounds like. right, so we've heard this guitar mic'd up on its own, but I'm wondering what it'd sound like if I throw it in a mix with a song I did before. Well, let's find out. All right, hit it, boys. Series Black, this limited run, right? So, like I said, very affordable price. Now, if you play a lot of different acoustics, one thing with Martin is that full big sound tends to come with a little bit more, where you really have to work at it with your left hand a little bit more. That's by design, not knocking by any stretch, right? But when you dig like that, you're going to get a whole lot more sound. But having said that, it's not difficult to play, but you do need to dig in a little bit, which is fine. That's how you're getting some tone from that. But I think this thing is just really loud. This is a loud dreadnought. At the beginning of this thing, when I was just kind of playing, the only thing we had going was our Sennheiser shotgun mic right above me. And so hopefully you can kind of get an idea of the sound that's projecting from there, because like I said, there's no electronics on this thing. It is just a sitting on the couch dreadnought there. So I don't know. It's a really interesting series. Now, if you're interested in something like this, like, hey, I need a good durable loud guitar that I can afford, then you need to come look at it pretty quick. Like I said, this is a limited series, and knowing Martin limited series, it'll probably go pretty fast. They're also doing it in what they call a concert style. It's a little bit kind of somewhere between a concert parlor, like a figure 8 style body, but essentially very similar guitar, just different scale length, different body type. So hey, I hope you learned something about these new Martin guitars. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please let us know if you did, and then hit that like button. That's a good start for that. And of course, if you hadn't subscribed to our channel, you should subscribe to it as well. And hey, we're dropping videos all the time. You should just really hang out with us. It's good times. And then you just hit the little bell there on your notifications, and then we will let you know when we drop another video. And hopefully, we see you on the next one.